trust your crypto assets to centralized exchanges that actively sell your private information and front run your trades? Would you like to buy and sell your assets without any middlemen, intermediaries, or robots? Do you like paying slippage, fees, and having the price go up as bots steal from you on low liquidity decentralized exchanges? The solution is nodemarket.io. Set your guaranteed buy or sell price. No middlemen, no slippage, no bots, ever. Buy or sell 1, 10, or even 10 million tokens, and you never have to worry. OTC trades are between you and the seller or buyer, guaranteed by audited smart contracts and no human middlemen. Nodemarket.io.
Weak shit right there.
Ever, that was strong. That was a strong entrance into the holiday season.
It's something. It is something.
I don't believe so. Where did everybody go? There they are. Look at all these guys. What's up?
Do we have any general housekeeping we need to
I
do?
want to say hi to Catherine, Hyper. Yeah, so the claim's ready. Obviously, we had it in there for a couple days. I pulled it back out because I'm going to fix the gas on the contract. One of our development teams, they code. So the way gas works is you put a bunch of code in this contract, and you go test it on the test net, and then you test it on the main net, and for some reason it works really good on the test net. But when you get into the real environment where gas is absolutely nuts, anyway, so we're gonna code the logic in there and get that thing back out there. But it's still sitting there. It's just don't claim anything yet. It's like anybody would have anyway right now, where gas is $48 to claim, a $6 claim fee. So no big deal.
Jungle in the Heezy.
Back in there. No, it'll be back in there, so you'll be good to go. Other than that, gas is just stupid. Story of the day: gas is stupid.
No, Ethereum's awesome. It's the money of the future.
Gas is stupid.
No, Ethereum. There's nothing wrong with Ethereum. It's working great.
Yeah, let's not do any upgrades on it ever. So
hey, what do you think? What do you think happens in a real bull market this time around, when institutions are coming in and just buying huge chunks of Bitcoin and slowly dipping their toe? Because Ethereum is always the second one. People are going to get completely effed. You're not going to be able to do any transactions. This is just typical, mind-numbing shit. It always punishes the small dude.
Yep.
The dude that wants to make one or two little transactions gets punished.
What happens is they come in, and this is exact story. They come into these altcoins or whatever. They buy into it, right? And they're like, oh, $38 to get in. Maybe that's the transaction fee. And then when they try to go exit, it's $247 in gas. They're like, well, I got to dump it quick because it's falling. And then it just exacerbates the problem of these falling meme coins, and everybody's like getting out losing money. Plus, they lost $282 in gas.
Yeah, I think David has summed up my thoughts. And this isn't new thoughts. Ethereum has been a piece of shit since the beginning. This is not new. It's just that the people that got behind it pushed it a specific way. It is the same story to a less extent as Solana. What I mean is, you got a couple of VCs, because Ethereum was done. They were bankrupt. They went out looking for money. Like, they needed help when it was $6. They said they were a few months from that's it. It's dissolved. We're done. They got some VC money. They got some, punter money, and that pushed them, that gave them the fuel. And they didn't really have any competitors. The only competitors were a couple of, very sketchy, outside the US kind of companies that launched their own smart contract platforms that can't really be trusted, and no one would use them. And then you got the people from Ethereum that left after the 2016 blow up, after the DAO hack and some other things. And so they left, and Gavin Wood started Polkadot, and Charles Hoskinson started Cardano, and they all had their different theories about how it should go. And people rode with Ethereum because it was there and it was embedded and it was easy. And it is easy. Ethereum's easy. It's just a piece of shit. And they seem to have no desire to fix it. They can say all they want. Oh, we got all these developers doing all this stuff. I can't tell. Where's all this stuff? All you have to do, every single layer 1 after Ethereum. I'll even say this. You know what's better than Ethereum? Solana. As far as, getting fees transacted and stuff like that. Even though it's a scam and it was pushed by a bunch of thieves and crooks, the tech itself is better than Ethereum. No one cares though. So, and the people, and it seems like the community at Ethereum, they're so vigilant at protecting, Ethereum, the reputation. It's a piece of garbage. It's technically, anyway, we could do a whole thing on that, but.
Well, this brings up a good point here. It's going to make it difficult to take 20. So every time you do a transaction, please look at the whole transaction in whole. And yeah, it might not make sense to make $100 and pay a $80 gas fee just because it's a rule. In that case, you're like, oh, let's think this.
We got to talk about this to make sure. Okay, look, when you guys, and thank you, Hawaii, but when you guys are doing transactions on Node Market, like make sure the transaction makes sense. So like with Hypercycle, some people were like, hey man, how's this a good deal? Like you still have to look at the price. So right now you look at the price. Okay, look, let's just go over here. First of all, let me just look. Okay, cool. All right. Hypercycle 72 cents. Okay, great. So 72 cents. So if I'm looking over here and I go, okay, what are some good deals? 75 cents. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. That makes sense. Kind of. If I'm buying a bunch, it might make sense. 82, 84, not right now. Like I don't pay 10 cents or 12 cents over a token unless it's just that you're buying a giant pile of tokens. That's the only way to get it done.
Yeah, like that 10,000 Hypercycle, maybe that makes sense.
Maybe, but you got to look at the slippage. So set up the transaction, set it up in MetaMask. Look at you should always do 3 things before you pull the trigger. Look at this transaction, look at a MetaMask swap, and look at a Uniswap transaction and choose what's best. But remember, the more tokens you're gonna purchase, the bigger the impact is going to be. And if bots start playing with you, like if you're doing a 20, 30, 40,000 token purchase, you're going to get botted to death. If you're doing 2,000, 1,500, 3,000, you're going to probably be fine. And so sometimes it's not cheaper because remember, on Node Market, it's just other people listing those tokens to sell, right? And so you got to make sure that the deal makes sense. Don't be like, yeah, we love Node Market, I'm going to pay $1.40 a token. No. Now, if you were buying a master node, you're probably better off paying $1.40 a token because it's impossible to fill that on a DEX. Like, Brandon, set up a master node purchase, and what would that be? 524,288. Let's see what that would be on MetaMask. What would that cost?
Right. That's how much the gas fee would be right now.
How much?
524,288. Hold on. I'm setting this thing up.
Yeah. Let's see what that would be. Bots, many of them, John, they front run you on DEXs. When they see a big order come in, they just jump in front and raise the price on you because an order on a DEX is akin to a market order, and a market order gets filled at whatever the market price is.
There you go.
Wait, brutal. No. What is that? That's in ETH. What is that in USDT?
Oh, I see what you're doing here. Let's go with that.
Yeah.
So basically 732,448.
So you know what that means? I was about right. $1.40 actually would be cheaper. It's because it's not quite a double. No, this will be about $1.10. But that's also not the price you're going to pay.
No, you're going to pay, and we've walked through this, and we kind of know this, but yeah, you're not going to pay that price. I would bet you, if you buy a master node, you're going to pay $1.72 per token. That's my guess. By the end, by all time.
By the end, and that order,
maybe.
That's not getting filled. If you push if you click that thing's not going to go all the way through and get filled because that would almost.
It won't even let me click it.
Right. Oh, well. Because that would deplete. There is not a pool that can support that. So when you're looking, so that as the greater kind of hypercycle story is like, when you're looking at hypercycle right now, and a lot of people are like, oh, the price right now, man, it's bull crap. We're down. Yeah, except, I mean, we're not down, but like, but everybody's like, oh, why am I not rich right now? Dude, when the tokens start getting pushed into licenses, that's going to make this situation twice as bad. If you think it's hard to get a big chunk of tokens right now, it's going to be fucking impossible to do it when the hypershare token comes out. There are no tokens. You cannot get them. I don't know. I can't be any clearer about this. Like, you just can't get them.
It's the reality of what's going to happen.
It's like, man, let's see. Johnny asks, is it worth holding hypercycle on Singularity unbonded vault, seeing ETH going up? Like, what would be you mean, is it worth collecting interest versus because you think the price of Ethereum will go up so much? Well, it would only be one transaction to exit, Genevieve. Is it Genevieve? It would only be one exit transaction. If you wanted, you could do withdraw and unstake and withdraw or harvest and withdraw all at once. So yes, it's still worth getting paid to wait. But what I'm saying is, hypercycle prices are good for anyone wanting to fill nodes right now, because once the hypershare token is released and this free tilling stuff's coming to an end. Also, I don't know if that's resonating. Free tilling is just a thing they threw in to keep people excited. That's going away. And when it goes away, they're going to give you some grace period, probably a few weeks to a month. But at that point, that's over with. So simply leaving your nodes and not marrying them to tokens is going to be useless, because you'll have a 0 for your relevant score, for your reputation. So you're going to have to park tokens in the nodes. You're going to have to point them at hardware, or you're going to have to point them somewhere that's got hardware. Period. Full stop. Or you don't participate. So at that point, when those tokens go away, what do you think's left in these dexes? Nothing. There's nothing left. So,
and this isn't Nick and I's fault that there's nothing left either. This is the way that the whole system was set up. We
don't have a hypercycle printing press in our garage.
This isn't I heard there's a few of them call us out. But
do you think Hypercycle, the company, will allow nodes to go unfilled if it's going to affect the network they're building? Well, an unfilled node doesn't affect anything. It's just not functional. It's not part of the network. And yes, they're absolutely going to allow nodes to go unfilled, because it's not their responsibility to fill the nodes. HyperPG is going to do what's best for HyperPG. Hyperpools will do what's best for Hyperpools. And individuals with master nodes and then divisions down will do what's best. Everybody's going to do what's best for them. But so yes, they will absolutely let nodes go unfilled, because there's no choice. There's more availability in the licenses than there is in the token. Now, I think that will always be the case. It will always be easier to get licenses unless someone came along and scooped up all the licenses as a dick move. But that would be very expensive. We'd be happy to broker that. But that's unrealistic. So there's always going to be more licenses, because all the licenses are available right now, but not all of the tokens are available right now. There's an emanation, there's a release schedule on the tokens. So you can't just go, like, if you wanted to buy 100 million tokens right now, you cannot do it. It is not possible. Sorry for your luck. Even if you have the money, doesn't matter. What is the optimal number of hypercycle tokens per box? If you mean the Hyper AI box, my assumption is that it will handle tilling for a full master node. It will handle compute for 1 to 2 nodes, and that's probably it. But based on the return that you're getting, that would be cool. And you could scale. I think that the Hyper AI box is a way for people to participate with 1 or 2 nodes and watch the network, and then make a decision how heavy they want to go into it, how deep. Brandon, did you get yours yet?
I have not gotten mine yet.
I don't have mine yet either.
I heard a couple of people got theirs.
Nara got hers, and she lives 6 blocks away.
I'm sure they're coming. They are coming from the UK, but Nara got there. I don't know. Whatever.
Let's see, Brandon, your tech tip getting fetch off Cosmos Station was very helpful. I've been stuck for 2 weeks. Oh, cool. What was the tech tip, to thaw it first and then remove it, or what did you say in that tech tip, Brandon?
So it's the bridge coming back over. There's a step that I think a lot of people miss, and they have to make sure that they have to remember that it's the native fetch. You can't go direct to the MetaMask wallet. So you have to go, and the way that I did it in the tech tip is I did the Kepler, the fetch wallet. So you go from Cosmos Station, because Cosmos Station wallet actually doesn't connect to the fetch bridge, which is weird on the backside. So you have to go to the fetch Kepler wallet, connect with that wallet, and then bridge over to your MetaMask wallet. And I had actually 2 other people this week that I helped do this as well using my tech tip video. So guys, this is a valuable, and this is why Nick and I have done this resource, this library. There's a lot of really valuable tips in there. And even though I'll get emails and people will be like, well, what's this? And I'm like, well, I have a tech tip just for that. So even before you email, maybe go check some of these tech tips, because they're very applicable to what you're doing and what we're doing right now in the ecosystem, because they're really, really good. Not to like toot my own horn.
Yeah, toot. I only have enough hypercycle tokens to fill 5 of my 8 licenses. Should it be an even number? It should be probably batches of 2. I think 2 makes sense, binary. So yeah, you should probably try to get to 6, at least. And you can also, you don't have to do. There's no real rush. Like even when compute starts, there's no rush. They're just going to be rolling it out. There's going to be plenty of time. If you're 3 months late, or even 6 months late, you haven't missed it. If you're a year late, that's where you start missing splits. You probably did miss it. But I don't think, even if you didn't start until compute started, you still be fine. So I think you're okay to slowly fill. Also, always listen to your budget. Your budget is king, not some arbitrary number in a network that doesn't yet exist to make money that you don't know if it'll be there. Like, there's a lot of what ifs. So, pay your rent first.
That's right.
Does it make sense for AGIX owners to buy and hold spare hypercycle node licenses? That's a commodity question. That's a microeconomics question. I don't think you need to own spare node licenses, because 2 things. One, this is one of the reasons we came in to, like, why the price of node licenses is stable. That's not going to go up. That's not going to be a product of the market. We're not going to jack up the prices of node licenses. That's going to be consistent. And there is enough node licenses for the entire amount of tokens, which there will never be. There's always going to be a fraction of a token here or there, meaning there's never going to be 100% tokens to node licenses. Like, you're never going to fill it. It's impossible. You cannot fill all of the licenses. Okay. So knowing that the licenses, there are plenty, and the tokens there are not, I would say you don't have to stockpile node licenses. Now, if we got to some point in the network where there was, say, 30% of the licenses left, and this thing is just picking up speed, then you think, it might make sense to go front run and start buying up big chunks of licenses, parking them in my back pocket, and then just being a reseller of licenses. But we're not there yet. Not yet.
Oh, there's too much supply right now.
Yep. Let's see. Do you think we should receive AI box before for the end of? Yeah, it's going to be. They're going to make sure all those boxes are out before they end the free tilling. I think so. Yeah, I mean, I have a vote in that, and I would vote we wait. Right? I mean, I'm not personally. I was not a fan of the free tilling anyway, because I think it makes people lazy. But it is what it is. So there we go. All right. If you have a Hyper A box, you'll earn 30% more on the rev share for having the hardware. Yeah, you earn a lot more because, again, yeah, you have the hardware. So I think it makes a lot of sense to have the hardware. But I think the Hyper AI box has other uses. I don't know. I'm not sure if they've really talked about that so much. Maybe that's kind of an internal thing. There are other things you can do with these Hyper AI boxes, like in addition to tilling, in addition to doing compute, there are other values to them. Let me just say that. There's a reason why there's a big giant pile of memory on there. Like, they have many uses. Let's just leave it at that. Okay. Redoing the wall. Yeah, it looks a little bare behind you.
My gosh, you just wait till Wednesday, dude. This thing's gonna be rocking. Rocking.
Hey,
Dude.
did you guys know Brandon
Fired.
had we had a LA adventure?
In what way? What do you mean? Dude, we went to we did a ton of stuff in LA.
We did a lot of stuff.
That place is beautiful. So we fly home and we landed in like 8 feet of snow. The plane went sideways and we skidded out on the runway. We're like, and then we're like all straight again. And then on our way home, driving home, we were like bucking through snow drifts. And I left this LA weather that was like literally 70 degrees and like just absolutely beautiful.
Yeah, it's only going to be
day.
70. It's going to be 77 today.
Dude, it was so flippin' disheartening to come back to Idaho in this misery of a place to like notice the contrast between what could be.
Oh, real quick on people. First of all, unless you're at a 10x position, well, listen, you got to do you. I don't know why anybody's taking any profit right now. You know, we're heading into, let's just say it seems like we're heading into a more bullish market, a more excited market. I think 2024 is going to be pretty dang good. I wouldn't be selling stuff right now, but you got to listen to your wallet. And if you need, first of all, if you need money for life stuff, fucking sell immediately. Don't even listen to the rest of the show. Just go sell what you need to, because you know your life and your rent and your like that kind of stuff's more important. But ideally, the money that you've punted into the crypto space is money that you're willing to leave in the crypto space until the return is so good that you can't leave it on the sidelines anymore.
Well, nobody's selling because what are we up like 2-3% today? Like even yesterday, we're up 2-3. It's not a big day. It's not like it jumped like 20% in the market. And this is a day, like honestly, if everybody's raising their hand right now, we're still buying, right? We're not like selling today. We don't believe that this is the end of the bull run.
But when you said Cosmos Station, so to narrow that down, I'm guessing you're either saying, you're probably saying Fetch, right? Well, if you're saying Fetch, you know that you can take the native token to Kraken. You don't have to convert back. Now, that if you want to go to your MetaMask wallet, yes, you got to go back across the bridge, but you can go to Kraken. This is kind of like a little life hack too. You can go to Kraken and then exit Kraken with the other token, I think. I think you can exit with, if I'm not mistaken, on Kraken, I think you can exit the Ethereum token. I'd have to look, but I know that the native token was there, unless the U.S. government ripped.
Which token are you talking, Adam or Fetch?
Fetch.
Fetch. I don't know.
I think Kraken has native Fetch. I'm almost certain. Okay. Anyway, I think so. I think you can go. I think you can go with the native, and you can do a little.
Test send. And this is what I tell even people that I walk through, like that I do my hourly consultations. We do a test send, even though I know what I'm doing. Like I know what I'm doing. I still do a test send, guys. It's not worth, especially on the Fetch network. You're paying.
It's free.
0.001. Like it's literally free.
It's
test
free.
Send. Test send. If the 10 Fetch doesn't show up, you screwed up.
We haven't been able to get a call with Tufi because he's been flying. Like I tried Saturday and Sunday. We tried all day. We were going back and forth. He's like, I got 3 minutes. I'm like, that's not enough. So hopefully today. All right.
Oh, yeah, this is a thing. So still having problems on staking the Fetch token. So this is definitely not okay. Step by step, follow the video. I would just say go rewatch the video, pause it if you need to. Like the video is pretty clear. Step by step, follow that video. And this is the case for a lot of people. Like they email me or message me and say, I'm still having problems. I'm like, follow the video step by step. You're missing just one step in there somewhere. Just rewatch the video. But typically it's that Kepler, it's the Fetch wallet. You're sending from Cosmos Station. Look at the diagram. Dude, I made the best. Oh my gosh, I'm going to pull it up. Hold on. Out of stake Fetch. Hold on, guys.
Well, if it's on a video, just point to the video. Let's not go through all this.
So
yeah. Go watch the video.
Guys.
Yep, go watch the video. Let me knock this real quick. Raphael asks, is there other wallets? So whenever you go to Singularity DAO, when you click to connect your wallet, it'll go to Wallet Connect. It'll give you a bunch of choices. Any of those wallets will interact with Singularity DAO. It's just that the only one that I trust is MetaMask. There are others. I do not use them, so I can't speak to their efficacy. Let's see. Cogito is the most underrated gem in the Singularity Net ecosystem. My buddy, my man, you are the only one that thinks that. The people
That's
at
a joke.
Cogito
That was a
don't think
joke.
that.
He's trying to rile you up, dude. He's trying to
The fact
he's
that
trying to
nobody
rile you up.
understands its potential is insane. I don't think there's any potential there. It's a bunch of bankers that can't get out of their own way. They came to crypto to steal some money. Not steal. They came because they thought it'd be easy to raise money because they thought we were all idiots. They thought they would copy and paste some stupid ideas from legacy finance. That didn't work. They did a pivot, a full pivot. Business model out, new business model. That was stupid. They did another full pivot. Business model out, new business model. How many times does a company need to reinvent themselves? See, in any other space, when you reinvent yourself, it's because you went bankrupt. Companies don't usually survive a full pivot. If you've done, this is the third full pivot since you raised money, you're a piece of shit as a company. Now, you might be made of good individuals, but it doesn't matter. If the product is garbage, it's garbage. Now, could they make another pivot? And this is the one that we've been waiting for. Yeah, maybe. I doubt it, but maybe. There is still Ben Gortzel. He's got to be embarrassed over these boobs and what they're doing. And at some point, you figure he'll go, okay, guys. You guys are the dumbest black eye that Singularity Net has. We got to fix this. And maybe Ben will come up with something cool and that will get some hype. But Cogito, the company, I mean, short of a cure for cancer, I don't imagine anything they could do that would move the needle. I just don't. Because what they're trying to do now, we're going to stable coins and a place to put your money and earn 5%. I got that, bro. I can go put my money I can go to the bank. I can go to Chase and get 5%. Chase. I can park my money in stablecoin at Coinbase and get 5.05%. Why the fuck do I need Cogito's weird, nebulous, illiquid asset-y shit that they're going to come up with? You just don't need it. Nothing they're doing you need. They're like, oh, we could make a t-shirt that looks like a t-shirt. I have a t-shirt. I don't need your t-shirt. Yes, but this one's low. It's a low liquid t-shirt. It's like Brandon's t-shirt, but without sleeves. Guess what? Brandon has a whole goddamn closet of shirts without sleeves. He doesn't need any more of them. Just simply taking shit from legacy finance and going, now it's crypto. That's not a business model. Anyway, that's all I have to say about that.
That's it.
Listen, I hope I'm wrong. I have a shitload of them. I hope I'm wrong. Please make me wrong all the way to the bank. But my guess is that's dead money. Let's see. There are several types of hyper AI boxes. I don't think that any one is better or worse for tilling. I don't really know what it's like the H1 and the H2.
No, I bet they all have the same. I bet they all have the same GPU. It's just the RAM's a little different and the hard drive's just a little bit different from my recollection. So
it may be for doing different types of AI compute. Like there's different kind of workloads that you would get. It may have something to do with that. I don't know. Because I don't have mine yet. Favorite car? Right. Like in favorite car ever, or like if I had one car for the rest of my life? Okay, this is a good question. Everybody here, you have one car for the rest of your life. What is it? For the rest of it could be any car on earth, but it's the last one you ever get. What would you get? It's tricky.
The last car I ever get?
You can only get this one, and that's it. It can be any car, but it's the last one you ever get. Tricky, right?
I don't like that. I have 4 different cars right now.
Well, if you had to choose one.
They're all for different uses, though.
Camry hybrid? Who said that?
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know anything about that car. Lambo, Cisco, man, you can't drive. That's not a daily driver. Your lower back, you need back surgery. I've driven, I had 2 different, I mean, I still do, but I just rent them out. But like, you can't, it's not a daily driver. It is a daily driver, but it's not a comfortable one. You'd be unhappy. You know what mine is? Amy, nailed it. G-Wagon. If I had one car for the rest of my life, because you have to think, if it's for the rest of your life, you're going to have to fix it. You're going to have to go in it every single day. It's got to accomplish, what if the city goes under siege and you have to burn off?
G-Wagon.
G-Wagon, bro.
G-Wagon.
I'm telling you, I've had them all, man. I've had them all. I have a G-Wagon.
I would
dope.
definitely, I would have to get a truck of some sort. The trucks just seem more useful here, especially. You can haul crap around in it. If it's the end of days, if you're talking the end of days, you want to be able to throw crap in the back.
I'm just saying one car for the rest of your life. Okay, let's do our AI news, and then let's get behind the wall, and then we'll talk portfolios.
30 minutes in.
Hey, man, we do. Hey.
Oh yeah, that's good. The first news is always laughable.
Big surprise. Google, they postponed their launch of GPT-4 rival Gemini once again. So Google yet again delays the rollout of its multimodal GPT competitor until January after identifying deficiencies in handling non-English languages. So Google, they had teased the new model at their I/O conference in May, with the launch initially planned for December. And here we are. There's these rumors, and also Google had been saying over and over, oh, this is the best. We are going to make everyone look so stupid. We are going to, man, you just wait. Like, okay, we're waiting. Like, no. Brandon, you just wait. Just wait. All right. Nope. Wait some more. They had said that they're using training data from YouTube. In the YouTube transcripts, Gemini has reported reaching capabilities of GPT-4 in some areas.
Good.
Is
that what you want to hear? Is that what you want to say? I can compete with Pizza Hut in their breadstick.
In some areas, our pizzas are round.
I can make a pretty nice salad.
No. In some areas, we both have round-shaped pizzas. Loosely speaking, we're the same. Same thing. Enjoy. So anyway, it seems to struggle with non-English languages, which is what they said is their primary cause for delay. Google CEO has hinted that Gemini will be the first in a series of next generation models planned for launch next year. So there's a lot. I mean, Google has been over the last year embarrassed. I just don't. It's crazy too, because you always think Google, like the head of the edge tech and all this, and this got to be kind of embarrassing for them, right?
Maybe they come out and surprise us, Nick. Maybe they come out in 2024.
No, if they come out, that would surprise us.
That's the surprise. Maybe 2024, quarter 4. They come
It's like
out
the guy at the office that bursts out of a closet. Supplies. Like, okay, yeah, but like, go back in the closet, bro. It's only a month delay, but I think this is the greater story of, like, and I know that everybody's like, oh, it doesn't matter in the long run, it's going to be fine. It's not fine. You're a year behind. And everything that you do, if you're always you can't be a year behind in AI. You can't be 2 weeks behind. So these continual, and everybody's like, oh, look at all these issues at OpenAI. Oh, well, no one else is doing anything anyway. Like, okay, yeah, OpenAI, they fired him, they hired him, all this kind of stuff. It's crazy. Yeah, well, good thing that nobody else is releasing anything worth its salt other than Anthropic. That's it. So, do they have competition? I can't tell. Okay, OpenAI's $51 million chip deal with an Altman-backed startup. So, for those of you thinking, hey, AI chips, is there a market there? Yeah, True AGI, yes. And if you think about the chip market, is there only one chip maker? No, there are many chip makers. And so this is just going to be where research and cash goes. 51 million's not really a lot, but anyway, OpenAI reportedly agreed to buy $51 million worth of AI chips in 2019. Just think about where things were in 2019 from Rain Neuromorphics, a startup that CEO Sam Altman previously invested over $1 million in personally. The details: Rain is developing brain-inspired NPUs for edge devices which tout massive efficiency over GPUs and AI workloads, which makes a lot of sense because GPUs are not really built for this kind of work. So that makes perfect sense. That's why True AGI, they're working on the Metagraph pattern matching chip, the MPMU, and the AI chip, the AIU. And I think Simuli is working on the AIU, and then they have a board together they're working on. Long story short, what they're saying does make sense, but my worry is that what they were doing in 2019 is probably not fit for purpose in 2024. What do you think, Brandon? You want to go? Should we go to the Apple Store and grab 2019's greatest?
That's kind of what it feels like anyway at the Apple Store.
What are you talking about? You love that Apple Store.
It's really nice. It actually is really nice, the Apple Store. But they're still using 2019 tech. Really, if you think about it.
Maybe. Probably 2021 because by the time it gets in your device. Anyway, the 2019 agreement predated OpenAI's reliance on Microsoft's cloud infrastructure. So Rain is the company. It was in the news last week with the US forcing Prosperity 7, a Saudi venture capital firm, to sell its share in the company over national security concerns. They're like, out with you. The company has claimed its NPUs will offer 100 times more compute power and 10,000 times more energy efficiency than traditional GPUs. Think about that. So that's another reason. Listen, don't go buy too much equipment right now because there's a good chance that like a year from now, there will be much better gear for AI compute. You're liable to get for a few $1,000 what would cost you 100, 200K right now. Because remember, if something costs $400,000 and you have chips that are 100 times more compute efficient, then at some point the math is going to equal the price, and you're spending $4,000 instead of 400,000. Right? It's one. So anyway, which all looks very good actually for compute, because I think that one of the kind of bottlenecks right now, at least for Hypercycle's sake, and for a lot of the other companies, also for NewNet and stuff, is how do you get devices that can handle enough of a workload to be relevant? So anyway, Altman's deal and the investment plan in Rain will likely raise some eyebrows, but this was back in 2019. People weren't giving him shit for it. I don't think this is anything against Altman. He made an investment. Good for him. But if those NPUs, if their claims are accurate, that would be big upgrades, just an upgrade to the entire AI chip market, and it validates the market. So, we'll see. So that's kind of all there. Let's see. Was there any other little details? U.S. government. Oh yeah, they made Saudi Aramco's venture capital firm Prosperity book it. OpenAI did postpone the debut of its custom GPT store. The delay follows the company's recent internal turmoil and
makes
Sam's
sense, makes
exit
sense.
and
That's
entry.
what's going to happen. Yeah.
Yeah. Originally announced at its developer conference, GPTs, which is the store that will enable users to create and monetize their own GPTs. I don't know what this is actually. In my mind, this is a place where if I'm OpenAI, I watch, and if anybody releases a GPT, I just go build the same thing and put it out there as a feature. It just seems like an easier way of pilfering what people need and then just doing it yourself. Personally, I don't think that's going to be that successful. That's just my guess. All right. And then CoreWeave is an AI cloud computing provider, raised its valuation to $7 billion after a minority stake sale led by Fidelity. The deal, which also involved Investment Management Corp of Ontario, Jane Street, and others, confirms their status as one of the kind of newer AI startups. So CoreWeave specializes in NVIDIA-based data center solutions for AI compute. Data centers. So there's a good chance that some of the Hypercycle ecosystem may be leveraging some of that stuff. Anyway, it's kind of interesting to think about. The rest of the stuff is kind of more in very, very like specific in the industry stuff. Okay, should we get behind the wall and then talk about some money stuff?
Yeah, let's talk about what went down.
what went down and what's going down. All right.
That's right.
Let me go here and here, and let me go here and here. There, I've touched all the right buttons.
Perfect.
It's very exciting.
Very exciting stuff.
Super exciting.
Do you trust your crypto asset?
No.
We're going behind the proverbial wall now to continue the broadcast privately for the digital investors and digital private clients. If you'd like to join us, simply go to nickblacknext.com and subscribe to one of our plans and immediately take advantage of our library of tools, tactics, and information. It's all designed to help you learn, grow, and manage your portfolio like a pro. Join us now.